What's up, everybody? It's Soren Baker.
Amir, Rahimi.
And today on The Great Debaters, getting into a little doggy style debate. Get ready. Alright, Amir, so today on The Great Debaters, we're talking about Snoop Doggy Dogg's Doggystyle album, and we're picking the best single. So we're not talking about album cuts, we're not talking about your favorite cut, we're talking about the best singles. And we're sticking it to the 3 singles. So Amir, what single you want to talk about first with Doggystyle?
Let's go track 3, man. Gin and Juice. Let's talk about that one first.
Gin and Juice. So I've never had any drugs. I've never drank any alcohol. I've never smoked a cigarette. I've never done nothing. So when I hear people talk about and when I'm around people doing these types of things, and I was actually with Dre and Snoop in the studio about 2 or 3 years ago, and Snoop was like, "Dre, what you drinking?" He's like, "Man, I'm still off that gin and juice, dog." And I was like, "Man, that's crazy."
Really?
Yeah, it's crazy. So that being said, I can't speak from whether or not that's an enjoyable drink, but I know lots of people and I've seen lots of people drink it. So, Amir, for you, why did you pick that song to go first, and what does it mean to you?
I just wanted to go in track order
Okay.
is being the stickler that I am. But one thing that's very interesting, and I think, I don't know, to me it didn't sound like it, but what you hear in the beginning of the song is someone peeing. And for the longest time, I thought it was, well, not for the longest time, but when I first heard it, I thought it was like someone pouring a drink, because it's called Gin and Juice. One would think that, right? But if you listen to the album in track order, you hear at the end of G-Funk intro, he's like, what do you say, this Tangeray is talking to me, I gotta take a piss. And then Gin and Juice just kicks right off. You're like, what the hell? So it's just like, hey, production once again.
Yes.
But Gin and Juice, man, to start off like that, and then you hear the beat. The music videos, I love that one. Snoop's on the bicycle, and dude, it's amazing. Anyways, this beat is super, super dope. When I think of Doggystyle, the album in particular, I'm thinking summertime. I'm thinking summer vibes. I'm thinking Gin and Juice, Who Am I, What's My Name, Doggy Dogg World, the cuts in between. Gin Juice is one of those songs that has an instantly memorizable or recognizable hook.
Absolutely.
Mine on my money on my mind, rolling down the street. You know, it's awesome. And similar to you, I mean, I do drink on occasion, but I've never actually had gin and juice together, which I'm ashamed of myself. But I know I should. But they got the Seagram's gin. Everybody got the cups, but they ain't pitched in. It's just, man, this is just like a fun song. It's super dope. It's one of the first like hip hop songs that I really liked, and Doggystyle was one of the first albums I got. And this is one of the strong ones. And Daz on the hook as well. Super dope stuff.
Yeah, and I also think it's one of those songs that, as it was happening in real time, it was one of those songs that I noticed being in high school and then college and different things. It was like you noticed that people, white people, were comfortable listening to this song at a party. And that had not really been something I was used to. The Chronic really started that. Like, I would go to a lot of parties that were mostly black people, a lot of parties that were mostly white people, depending on who I was hanging out with that day or what I was doing. But it's just funny that, you know, the soundtrack of the white party changed thanks to the Chronic and Doggystyle, and Gin and Juice was probably the one that really kicked it off, because Nothing But a G Thing was cool, and Let Me Ride was cool, but then Gin and Juice, that was the one where it was like, okay, we're gonna play gangster rap at our party. And I was like, wait, you're playing gangster rap at this party? They're like, yeah, Soren, you should come, we're playing gangster rap. They're like, Gin and Juice. I was like, okay, I got you.
So I actually want to ask you a question. I've heard Ant Banks say it on the Shorty Was the Pimp, Shorty the Pimp album by Too Short. He mentions Gin and Juice. Was Gin and Juice was it a popular thing around the time? Was Snoop was the one who popularized it? Because I know Am Banks and Short in a couple songs that mentioned gin and juice.
Right.
And Snoop clearly popularized it, and even Sally Cell in '94 had a song called Gin with No Juice. So was this like to your knowledge, was it a popular thing to be shouting out like alcoholic combinations in this era in rap or before? Or?
Oh yeah, I mean Above the Law and Black Mafia Life, one of their singles was VSOP.
That's right. Yeah. That's
so true. It had been done a lot, and people would talk about drinking stuff. LL Cool J walking with a panther at the Moet, I think it was, on the cover. So I mean, that was definitely something that people talked about and mentioned quite frequently all the way up to '93. So, and then later, of course, we get past the Cavassier and all these liquor songs. But it wasn't unusual for it to be really discussed, mentioned, promoted, whatever. So it didn't strike me as novel or like revolutionary per se when I heard it. Of course, I thought it was an amazing song, and it still is, but it didn't strike me as like, oh man, there they go again, revolutionizing the game. No, I didn't think that when I heard Gin and Juice. Although sonically, lyrically, conceptually, executional wise, yes, they did revolutionize the game, obviously, which is why these songs are so, classic today. Speaking of which, there's 2 other singles on the album that we're going to discuss. Which one you get into next, Amir?
Who Am I? What's My Name?
Okay.
This one, bro. To be able to take the Atomic Dog, which so many people have sampled so many times in so many songs. But
to that point, yes.
Yeah.
Up to then.
Atomic Dog, the way that the production was just basically just manipulating it from Atomic Dog to Snoop Doggy Dogg, and we'd actually talked about in our Cameron video how Cameron is rapping over Killa Cam and Killa and all that. This guy is like the whole song Snoop Dogg, like the way that it's like harmonized, the way it's just so infectious. It sticks with you. It's super catchy. That chorus is just fantastic. The song itself is great. The music video, again, hilarious. How I think it was either he was a human, then he turned to a dog because he was in like the girl's bedroom and he had to hide or something.
I had to get out, man.
I haven't seen this in years, but I'm pretty sure he turned to a dog, and I was like, what is this? This is, like, hilarious.
Right.
But, dude, like, that chorus especially, something that it really sticks with you. It makes Snoop Doggy Dogg, like, a household name. He had just come off, like, the success of The Chronic the year prior, and this is his breakout album. And I think that song is just super important, not to mention the rhymes and the things he's saying and, like, his flow. And his persona is just awesome on this song. This is definitely one of my favorite songs on the album.
Yeah, man. It's a great one. And to your point, the funk production, taking that again, is just a very ingenious way that Dre has done throughout his career. And obviously he's moved away from that sonically the last 15 plus years. But how from... I guess really, if you want to say ruthless, but ruthless through Death Row, he was really, amazingly manipulating those records time and time again and making landmark material. That being said, let's move on, Amir, to number 3.
So Doggy Dogg World being the third one. This is one that I also really enjoy. I was, I guess, a little more confused that this was a single on the album.
So was I, admittedly.
Admittedly, yeah. So to me, I would have thought like something like Ain't No Fun would have been more of a single. I think that has, especially with the vibe of like a Gin and Juice, I think Ain't No Fun could have also been at like the white people parties. Or any party for that matter.
It's at any party now.
Any party. And it is now. It's like you would have thought, right?
Right.
But Doggy Dogg World is definitely a dope track with the dramatics on it. I really like the cool, calm singing, the Doggy Dog. I really like how we get verses from Corrupt on here. We get Daz on here. So this, unlike the other 2 singles, it's got features on it, actually spitting full verses. So Corrupt being just one of those people who whenever I see him on a track list, I'm just like, I need to hit play. And Corrupt is just one of those people, man, that he just has my respect. He's just... he's in true form.
He's a lyrical assassin, man.
He's so good. So Doggy Dogg World is good, and it's definitely a different mood than the other songs that we just discussed with Gin Juice and Who Am I, What's My Name, but also a great song. As a single, I was a little shocked. I kind of had to double check that it was a single, but it indeed is. But it's a dope track nonetheless.
I agree, and also, unlike most of the singles from The Chronic and Doggystyle, it's much smoother, slower. It's not aggressive really in any way other than some of the lyrics, but even the delivery is very like smooth and mellow and stuff, whereas What's My Name sonically is not. And the content, if you listen to it, of What's My Name and Gin and Juice is much rougher, whereas this one is obviously, the lyrics from Daz, Corrupt, and Snoop are not soft by any means, but the way they deliver it is very laid back, mellow, what have you. So that really surprised me. I love the song though, and it's amazing.
Yeah.
So it does make sense in that regard. And I do wonder, and I've never asked them this, but maybe I'll ask them the next time, if they wanted to make this a single to have the dramatics and to make it the old school vibe video. Maybe that's part of how they decided. I'll have to ask them. That's a good thing. I'll ask Daz, Corrupt, or Snoop, or Dre the next time I talk to them. So there we have it. So, Amir, those are the 3 singles. Which one's your favorite and why?
For me, it's got to be Who Am I, What's My Name.
Okay.
That's my favorite. Just the chorus, Snoop just rapping on it is big for me. I'm also not sure, but this might be like his most popular single. I'd have to really double check that because this guy's single.
What do you mean
catalog? I think it may be his best selling. I'm not sure. Actually, I'm not positive. This guy's got like 50 singles.
No, I know the most played on the radio.
Then maybe it's that.
Was Beautiful at the time with Pharrell. I don't know what it is now or best selling or anything, but no, I don't.
I'm not sure.
I would doubt that What's My Name is the best selling or the most popular radio wise. Beautiful was at the time that Beautiful was out. That was the most played Snoop Dogg on the radio song that he had ever had.
Oh yeah? Oh wow.
Yeah.
That was on the Paid the Cost.
To Be the Boss. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Well, regardless of that, Who Am I, What's My Name is still my pick. It's a great one.
Well, I'm gonna go with Gin and Juice.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think with What's My Name, because of the sonics, and I'd heard that sound so much, while it's also incredible, phenomenal, and all that, I think the sonics on Gin and Juice I liked better because it was a little bit different from much of what I was hearing. Doggy Dogg World, I love the song. I think it's great, but it's also more mellow in general than I would say is of my favorite type of music. So I think Gin and Juice had that good combination of telling a story, great production, great execution, and something that is anthemic. Even if you just listen to it, it makes you feel like energized or what have you, in a way that it just brings a sense of power or excitement or whatever to you, much in the way as What's My Name does. But What's My Name sonically, just because of the familiarity of it, it didn't hit me quite as hard as Gin and Juice. So I'm going with Gin and Juice. Amir's going with Who Am I, What's My Name. But that's us. Let us know what you guys think, and make sure to head over to BigHerc.com and pick up your Unique Access shirt. And let us know what you guys think in the comment section. Like, subscribe, share, promote, check us out, Instagram, all those type of things. Let us know what you think, man. I'm Soren Baker.
Amir, Rahimi.
The Great Debaters.
Be sure to check out the History of Gangster Rap by Soren Baker. He's official.
History of Gangster Rap features exclusive interviews with Ice-T, Snoop Dogg, MC Ren, the D.O.C, and dozens of others. The History of Gangster Rap, a definitive look at how Los Angeles changed rap forever.
In Los Angeles, the streets definitely set the tone of the hip-hop music.
At 19, I got a $50,000 car.
My whole angle always was, I'll be street, but I will always tell you the horrors that go along with this life.
There will be penalties and casualties for just wearing the wrong color in somebody's neighborhood.
And once gangster rap made it from the streets to the TV, the genre exploded.
With Fab 5 on your MTV Raps with NWA.
Yo MTV, it just catapulted us from being local heroes to national gangbang rappers.
The history of gangster rap discusses it all from 1980 up till today.
It's always gonna be shit happening in the streets. You know what I mean? So it's always gonna be something to talk about.
The history of gangster rap in stores now.